Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Judy. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, share and leave a comment. Today I want to talk about the differences I've experienced living in Africa and now living in Europe. First thing first, the weather. In Europe, they have winter, spring, summer, autumn, while in Africa, we don't have this. Okay, don't get me wrong, we have the rainy seasons and the dry seasons. We normally have the long rain season, short rain seasons, and the dry seasons. Normally the rainy season is when people start to dig their farms and plant things like maize and beans, groundnuts, rice. This is the main time people do stuff like this. So when I came here, I was surprised. I used to hear about snow and stuff like this, but now I get to see snow. That's one huge difference. And it actually gets very cold here. In Kenya, it's never cold. Like here, it can go until -degrees. Normally in the cold seasons, okay, in the night it can be around, if it's very cold, 14, 18, between 18 and 14 during the cold seasons, and the nights it can't go below 10 degrees, I think. I mean, here it's very cold. I don't remember in Kenya going below 10 degrees and stuff like this. And here it gets very, very cold. Okay, another thing, it's about food. In Africa, most food are natural and organic. I mean, it's crazy here in Europe. Most of the food stuff, I'm sorry to say this, but it is what it is. They have GMO. They're not natural, they're not organic. And like in Kenya, most people grow their own crops. They keep their animals, they are on free range, they eat grass and stuff like this. You get them taking to go to work and a long distance, they kettle so they can find fresh green grass. So most of the foods and meat products from Kenya are natural, they're not modified. And that's a good thing. Normally, I'm from Kenya. We put a lot of spices in the food. Pepper, chili, stuff like this. But when I came here, it's kind of different. These foods are not very spicy. And I love spicy food. And I miss ugali. I love ugali a lot. And here they don't have ugali. I can't believe it's a year, more than a year since I've eaten ugali. Last time I was in Kenya, it was last summer. Last July is when I traveled to Kenya. Until now, I haven't eaten ugali. I miss ugali big time with fish. Tilapia. I haven't found tilapia here either. Which is kind of sad because these are my favorite food. Another thing is about religion. In Africa, most Africans believe about religion and they are passionate. They go to church, they sing, they dance, it's lively there. You get to sing, you get to dance. It's nice. While here in Europe, I haven't gone to a church that it's like that. Because here, like in Greece here, the preachers preach and they also sing. They talk like they're singing. They sing by their own. The crowd don't get to sing and dance. That's kind of huge. But in Africa, you go to church, it's like a party. You get to sing, you get to dance. It's very lively. Another thing here in Greece, I think the health system here is better than in Kenya. That's a fact. Like when you have insurance, you can easily go to the hospital and be taken care of without waiting and stuff like this. I mean, it's better compared to Kenya by far. Like when I was giving birth to my daughter, I had a room by my own. Maybe because not many people are giving birth during that time, but I had a room on my own, and I barely paid for anything when I was having my daughter. I went to a public hospital, but it was actually very good. It was very nice. Comparing to the public hospital in Kenya, the difference is very huge. Very huge. Here people take care about the health more than in Africa. That you can say for sure. Another thing about the difference in Kenya and here, the transport system. In Kenya, it's a little bit not nice. It's not like the matatu is crazy there, and like here the buses here, you go in them and they're comfy, spacious, clean. Everybody has their own seat. It's crazy. In Kenya they give you sometimes a wood to sit between two seats in the matatus, so they can get more people in the buses and they earn more money. And most of the matatus they are not in good conditions. This is because along the roads they give the traffic officers around 50 shillings so they can still operate with these road unworthy vehicles. Unlike here, it's not the case. They don't let you drive cars that are like that, and you can't bribe the police out of your ways to do things like this. Yeah. And also another thing, what I've seen in Africa, the neighbors are very nice. They are very friendly. You can easily go to your neighbor and ask for salt when you're cooking and you don't have salt, which is not the case here. It's not in Europe. I don't think I wouldn't dare to go to my neighbor to ask for salt when I'm cooking. It's better you go to the supermarket. It's not very, I don't know, it's just different. And also in Africa, most times the children, they wake up in the morning when the schools are closed on the weekends. You wake up in the morning, you drink your tea. If you have your homework, you do it. Then your parents will let you go out to play with your friends. Around the neighborhood, you will go and play hide and seek. You go and play you play football with a bicycle. You play with your dollies. And like here, it's not the case that you can let your 6-year-old, 7-year-old kid to go out and play on their own. It's different here. Most of the children, they stay in their homes playing video games and stuff like this. It is like that here. In Kenya, it's more it's because children don't have this, but it's nice when they get to interact with their friends. They go out. It's better. I think it's better for me. I grew up like that, and I think it's better than rather being stuck on your phone watching TikToks and playing video games. It's better like that. The language, of course, in Kenya, many people speak English and Swahili. Unlike here, people speak mainly Greek, not even English. Most people don't know English. Even when I was giving birth, my doctors, most of them didn't know English. I mean, they can get you what you're saying to them, but for them to communicate to you, it's another story. It's kind of hard. So when I came here, I had to go to learn Greek from the university, A1, A2, B1, B2, so I can easily integrate here and communicate to people, at least the basics. So when you come to Europe, mostly it's like this. If you go to Germany, you have to learn German. If you go to Italy, you have to learn Italian. France, you have to learn French. It's like that. You have to learn the languages here in Europe so you can easily integrate and communicate with people to where you'll be or where you'll go. What else? Yeah, in Europe, most households they have cars. I think it's a requirement. It's like a basic. You have to have a car, so you can easily go up and down, take the children to and from school every day, do shopping, go out and about. It's not like in Africa you can go and stand by the road and you tell a car to stand and pick you up and take you wherever you're going, or you take a motorbike, picky, and you go to where you want to go. Here it's kind of different. You have to book a bus ticket, and maybe let's say you have an emergency, you want to run to the market to buy something. Here you can't stop somebody like that, and if you have a book a ticket and stuff like this, it's so it's necessary you have a car for your own convenience. And also here I haven't seen people washing clothes with their hands. I think it's that story here, it's already gone. Maybe some do, but what I've experienced, most people here have washing machines to wash their clothes to make things easier for them. Unlike in Kenya, most people still use hands to wash their clothes. It's not bad, but it takes a lot of time and labor. It saves a lot if you have a washing machine. It's easy to wash and more convenient. For me, I think it's better. It's better, it's easy, and it's fast. In Africa, people also have their cultures. Like, if you marry a woman in Africa, you show appreciation to the parents of the girl's side by taking some animals, maybe some cash, some gift as they get married. And like in Europe, they don't follow these customs. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I don't think they follow these customs. Then here, people greet by kissing on the cheeks and hug mostly. And me coming from Kenya, I haven't experienced this, so sometimes I get shy to hug people. I don't do it in a bad way. We don't do this often. I mean, to kiss and hug people as a way of greeting. I mean, it's extreme, but I'm learning, I'm adjusting. And also in our culture in Kenya, like for example, my husband can't come to sleep at my mother's house. He has to sleep somewhere else if he comes to visit at my country. Unlike here, it's easy for the boy to sleep at the girlfriend or wife's home. In Kenya, it's not acceptable. That's what I mean. But here, they agree to it. They do this. What else? I talked about the education system. I think here it's better because children don't have to wake up very early to go to school. Unlike in Kenya, they wake up very early to go to school. The classes are not, the public school, the ones in the village, they're not well done. Unlike here also, the schools in the villages, they are in good conditions. In Kenya, they also have decent, good schools, private schools, but it costs a lot of money to take your child into these kind of schools. Unlike here, all the schools are well done, they're nice. That's it. I think that's it for now. Can I think of something else? In Greece, in Kenya, people have birthdays, but in Greece here, people have the birthdays and also name days. Like if you're called Katerina, you have a day where they celebrate your name. It's kind of nice. In Kenya, we don't have name days. We only have your birthday. And that's it. Another thing is about time perception. People in Kenya don't keep time. Like a doctor can tell you have your appointment, you should be here this time. But you don't. Some people keep time, but some also don't. But here you have to obey time, you keep time. Like you can't go here to school late to take your school. They have to be there at 8:15. If 8:15 reaches, they close the gate. Unlike in Kenya, you can go to school even late. Sometimes the teacher may smack you for coming late, but eventually they let you go to class. But here they are very strict about time. Very, very strict. You can't get away with not keeping time. Yeah, that's true. What about something else is how they communicate. In Kenya, people are more reserved. They're gentle. They talk in a more quiet and friendly manner. Unlike here, some people talk like you think people are fighting, you think people are quarreling, but some people just talk like that. It's in their nature. They talk like they're arguing or fighting. The first days I was hearing people communicate like this was, why people are fighting so much here? Why? How? Why? What's happening? Then I came to learn that this is just their way of communication. I mean, if you come from a place where people are talking very polite and then you come to an environment like this, I mean, it can be very disturbing in the beginning before you adjust to it. But as with time you get adjusted and you understand this is how people talk. Some people talk like this and you go with it, you live with it. You don't be more surprised when you hear them talking like this anymore. I think that's it. I can't put my hand around thinking something else. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, like, leave a comment, share with your friends. I really appreciate this. You keep me going. You keep me motivated. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Subscribe. Bye.